Good evening, this is Zambia Today. I am anchor name. Tonight, a diplomatic and legal standoff over the body of former President Edgar Lungu, held in Pretoria. Two Mountains Funeral Parlour in South Africa has formally rejected a request by the Zambian government to inspect Mr. Lungu's body, citing binding court orders and ongoing appeals. Mr. Lungu, Zambia's sixth president, died in South Africa. The body is in Pretoria while courts and family lawyers contest next steps. The dispute pits claims of state interest against family rights, and has triggered legal orders now before the Constitutional Court of South Africa. Two Mountains Funeral Parlour says the remains are preserved under their procedures and that court orders bar any handling without written consent from the Lungu family. The company referenced two specific court orders, dated June 25 and July 2, 2025, which restrict examinations or transfers of the body. Timeline: Mr. Lungu died in early June. Courts issued orders in late June and early July. The case is now in the Constitutional Court. Legal complexity intensified after a Pretoria High Court made a ruling, and the matter has proceeded to appellate and constitutional levels. Back home, hashtags like #RespectLungu and #StateOverreach are trending, reflecting a divided public mood. Civil society groups are calling for transparency, urging both governments to prioritize dignity and rule of law. Tonight we examine the legal basis cited by Two Mountains, what Section 18 of the Superior Courts Act means, and the diplomatic options available. First, the court orders themselves. Second, the appeal and suspension. Third, the role of family consent versus state claims. Two Mountains responded in writing, citing two court orders and warning that any attempt to override them would breach South African law. The firm stated the orders remain binding and enforceable, and they will not permit inspection without legal clearance. Key legal point. Section 18 of the Superior Courts Act suspends enforcement of lower court decisions pending constitutional appeal. That procedural pause effectively blocks external intervention, including foreign governments, until the Constitutional Court rules. The Constitutional Court's involvement signals the gravity of the dispute. It now raises constitutional interpretation questions. Court records show appeals and cross-claims from both family and government lawyers. Hearings were adjourned as counsel prepares arguments. The Hichilema-led government has not issued a full public statement, but sources in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs say diplomatic channels are being pursued. Officials emphasize they are seeking a lawful solution that honors national interest and due process. The Lungu family has been largely silent, issuing a brief statement via legal counsel pledging respect for due process. The Patriotic Front has appealed prior court decisions and said the family is challenging repatriation rulings. A Pretoria High Court judge previously ordered the body be handed over for repatriation, arguing state interest in a former head of state. That decision sparked strong reactions. Some celebrated, others warned it conflicts with family wishes and individual directives. Legal experts note South African law tends to prioritize family consent in handling remains, but state interest can be invoked in narrow public interest cases. Experts point to four issues: family rights, state prerogative for state funerals, judicial independence, and international diplomatic restraint. Observers warn the case could set a precedent for how foreign governments engage South African courts in cases involving deceased nationals. Diplomacy must tread carefully to avoid politicizing judicial processes on either side of the border. Funeral providers are often mediators between legal mandates and ethical duties. Two Mountains says it acts under court orders and professional standards. Their public statement stresses adherence to the rule of law and professional integrity. Within Zambia, public opinion is split. Some see a legitimate state duty, others defend family autonomy and private wishes. Political commentators warn the dispute could escalate if handled without sensitivity and legal care. Logistics of repatriation require legal clearance, family consent, and coordination between nations, all dependent on court outcomes. Until the constitutional appeal is resolved, those boxes cannot be ticked without risking legal breach. Stakeholders await a ruling that balances constitutional law, family rights, and diplomatic protocols, a decision that may set regional precedent. When the Constitutional Court delivers its judgment, it will clarify whether lower court orders stay suspended or may be enforced. Civil society urges both governments and the family to prioritize dignity, transparency, and constitutionalism above partisan interests. The family's counsel says they will respect due process and any lawful outcome decided by the courts. What to watch: the Constitutional Court schedule, any formal government response, and statements from the Lungu family or their counsel. For now, the body remains in Pretoria under court protection and funeral parlor care until legal clarity is provided. We'll continue to follow developments and bring verified updates. For Zambia Today, I am Anchor Name. Stay informed and good night. Our condolences to the family and all Zambians at this difficult time. Sources reporting from regional outlets and court filings. Subscribe for updates.